So I'm back. It's same day, August 26th. It's in the afternoon now. Kind of winding down a little bit tired, but I'm gonna continue on with this video. But I want to show you guys what I do for inflammation, and then also some of the other supplements that I take because I'm not really eating much meat, and you're gonna have to take things like calcium, vitamin B12, and for me, vitamin D because sometimes I get deficient in that. So some of the other things I'm taking are essential oils. So these are organic essential oils. It's not only rosemary, but it's also peppermint. And what I'm doing with those is I'm putting 3 to 4 drops of each one inside about, let's say about 2 tablespoons of the MCT oil from the first video I did. So I'm going to show it to you guys again. Or not again, but I'm going to show you what I do for inflammation specifically. I also have organic ground turmeric and organic black pepper. Now, why are those important? Well, the essential oils, those specific oils, I did some research online and I found out that those specifically peppermint and rosemary are really good for inflammation. I've tried a bunch of different essential oils. I've got about 30 of them, but these are the ones that are the most effective. And, the turmeric has curcumin, if I'm saying that correctly, and the black pepper has pepperin. So when you take them together, it boosts the bioavailability and also the absorption rate by, I've been told about 20%. So that's extremely significant. And for pain, I've been taking cayenne pepper tablets. So I kind of have like an iron stomach, kind of always have. So I can tolerate these things just fine. But if you have a GI disorder like Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, acid reflux, I recommend that you don't try this because it could make the condition worse. And these things are becoming much more prevalent these days as people, are getting sicker and sicker. Unfortunately, that's the truth. So, it's one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because I was very, very ill. And, it almost cost me my life a couple times. So, I'm going to show you guys really quick what's going on here and how to prepare these supplements. Well, some of them, the vitamins, calcium, D3, and B12, the instructions are in the bottle. Very simple to follow. But the other supplements, you're going to need some instruction on how to take those. So I'm going to show you guys, if you're interested in this sort of thing. So we're going to start with these first. So this is 600 milligrams of calcium. Nature made, they've had some problems in the past with their potency and stuff like that, but this one seems to be okay. If you're sticking to the basic supplements, these like store-bought ones from like your grocery store or pharmacy, they seem to be just fine. But if you're buying like herbal supplements, then you're going to want to get a trusted source because the FDA does not regulate supplements because the industry is so big that they don't want to lose a penny. So anyway, here we go. This is D3. The instructions are to take 1 per day, which is 625% of the RDA recommended daily allowance. It's right on the back here. This is B12. So with folic acid, it says. And I just take one of these a day. And that seems to be just fine. Moving on to these essential oils. Now these essential oils, this is really important too. This is very, very important. If you're going to be messing with essential oils, you need to, and you're going to be consuming them orally, you need to have food in your stomach, first of all, before you take them. You need to take them with water, a lot of water, probably about 10 to 12 ounces of water. And there's a really important step here too that I'm going to explain to you. You have to take the MCT oil. You're going to do only about 2 tablespoons. You don't need to take too much of this stuff. So I recommend, if you're going to do it like the way I'm doing it, put something underneath the protein scoop, because the oil is going to get all over the place and it's kind of hard to clean up. So, but moving on to the essential oils. Now, let me just take a minute and explain this. This is my favorite brand. It's called Now. And if you look at the label, it's green. That means it's organic. The other ones are white. And those are fine for like using every so often on your skin or in your hair, but you don't want to be consuming those orally. Now this is peppermint, and there's a USD organic little label on there. I don't know if you guys can see it. So what I do is I just put about 3 to 4 drops. Very, very carefully. Do this slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Yeah, this is... Sorry, guys, this video is a little low budget, but this is all I got for now, so just work with me. But here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're gonna have to let that sit for about 10 to 15 minutes because it's got a lot of alcohol in it, and if you try to drink that straight away, it's gonna burn going down, which you don't want, and that could upset the lining of your stomach. So you gotta wait about 15 minutes, let that air out. You're gonna smell it. I think it smells really good. But the other thing I do, turmeric, black pepper. So you don't need very much of these. Now these are specifically for inflammation, and the pepper kind of works a little bit for pain. So this is what I do. I just kind of eyeball it. Actually, that was slightly too much. I mean, you only really need about a tablespoon of the turmeric, and then I would say maybe a teaspoon, or half a teaspoon of pepper. You don't need that much. So here we go. And yeah, that was too much. But that's all good. I've taken a lot more than that before, and I was just fine. And then how do you take that? Well, I'll show you. And this is high pH water. It's very expensive. This one in particular, it was $5. So I drink about a gallon a day. I don't like spending that much money on water, but tap water is highly acidic. It's got a bunch of chemicals that they use to sanitize the water, and then also some of it is kind of, in some places it's kind of recycled from sewage and processed in treatment facilities. So I like to get this purified water. It tastes really good too. So anyway, this is what I do. So again, I'm going to take a swig of water, and I'm going to throw that turmeric and black pepper down the hatch, swallow it down. Seemed to be fine with me. So. You know, that turmeric, oof, that is a little bit rough. It's an acquired taste, but the results speak for themselves. It's actually worth it to me, so I don't mind. And this right here, I'm actually gonna have to wait a few minutes for that. But I'm gonna edit this video really quick, and then I'm gonna show you guys, you know, how I take that. It's basically the same way that you would take from the first video I did, the hemp seed oil and the MCT oil. You just put the water in your mouth, chug it down, drink some more water, which I'm gonna do too, by the way. And also, you know, I've read online that for mixing essential oils with what they call a carrier oil, which is what I'm using MCT oil as. You know, you can use almond oil, grapeseed oil, olive oil too, but the MCT oil seems to be working fine for me, so that's what I'm using. But yeah, so that's it for now. Alright, so I'm back. You know, I've waited about 15 minutes for that alcohol to kind of evaporate from the MCT oil, and I'm going to show you guys really quick. The best way to take this essential oil is to actually combine some water into that protein scoop, and then throw it back, and then chug a whole bunch of water. So, I mean, I've already taken the turmeric and the black pepper, and then I'm doing the essential oil. And then I usually take, you know, the calcium D3 and B12. I usually take those at night before I go to bed. I don't know why, but it seems to be good for me that way. So, I'll show you really quick what I do. So you can see the essential oils kind of moving around in there. It's a very, very small amount. Don't want to be taking too much of this, and you don't need too much of it. If you take too much of it, it could stress out your liver. You know, the other thing is, if you're consuming a lot of supplements, a lot of plant protein, etc., you need a lot of water, because it could stress out your liver and your kidneys, and you need those to survive. So you want to keep chugging that water. So definitely, that's very, very important. Very important. Don't screw that up. You gotta drink your water. You know, people, they want to drink sodas, and they want to drink beer, and you know, they don't want to drink any water. Well, you know, that's not a good idea. So, boom. This is a full bottle. I got 2 today. So let me just show you guys that yes, I actually do drink this, and this isn't just like, you know, something I made up. Like, this is all legit science. And I'm going to show you guys the reference books that I've used as well. You know, one of them is by this guy, Dr. Yu Blushing. Sorry, my neck's itchy. Yu Blushing. And, you know, not only does he focus on cannabis, but he also focuses on all herbs and naturopathy, which is the use of plants and herbal medicine over, you know, pharmaceuticals, which I'm all about. Because, you know, if you got to do the pharmaceuticals, I understand. But I think you should always try a natural remedy first. See how your body responds. Hopefully you're not, you know, allergic to it. So if you do try a new supplement, just take, you know, the recommended dose. Don't say, oh, well, you know, it says take 1, so I'm going to take 3, and that's even better. That's 3 times better. No, that's 3 times as stupid, dude. Don't be doing that, bro. Don't be doing that. So, here, just hold on 1 second. Didn't show you, hey. So, you know, people try to tell me that what I do is extreme, but I don't think it is, because the results, you know, speak for themselves. And the other thing is, what I think is extreme is having to spend about $1,000 a month, not only on big pharma, but also on health insurance. Because if you're taking a biological like Humira, Cimzia, Enbrel, or whatever you're taking, it's going to cost you a shitload of money. I mean, Humira right now is about $5,400 a month retail. And last year, Cimzia used to be $8,000. And I know this because I called Blue Cross and Blue Shield. And I spoke to a representative on the phone, and they explained to me how much they're paying for it. People have tried to tell me, oh, well, these insurance companies aren't paying retail price. Hell yeah, they're paying retail price. You better bet your ass, bro. So, whatever. Oh, it smells good. Cheers. So, I'm actually going to drink more water in just a minute, but you can kind of feel like a little minty, like tingling. It smells good. But anyway, I'm going to show you. Down. Yeah. So, I never thought I was going to be this fit again in my life. So, it's, in my mind, it's a miracle. And I think that if a lot of people got on this diet, not only would it be good for the environment, but you could start throwing away your pain pills. You could start throwing away your sleeping pills, and you can even get rid of your antidepressants. So last year, this time before I began Project Atlas, I was on 9 medications. I was on prednisone, Wellbutrin, Lexapro, Humira, Subutex, cannabis. Damn, man, it was a bunch of garbage that I had to take. So I'm down to 2 medications, and they're non-abusable. Prescription medications, I should say. They're non-abusable, and they've been working really well for my anxiety. And I do have some insomnia, but I'm working on that little by little. So anyway, let me show you what I do with this. Yeah, I am slightly animalistic. I got big time high testosterone. America's just obsessed with testosterone. That's great, but, this is a low T world, my friend. This ain't no high T world, bro. So, if, high T, that's great, if you're like 50, but, for me, it's like you just want to, throw the weights around in the gym all day and, like, chase after women. Like, I'm not really interested in, that right now. Well, I'm interested in the weights, but anyway, so logging out. Project Atlas 3.0. You want to stay fit, you want to stay healthy, get like me, simple as that. But God bless, God bless, Allah bless, whatever spirituality you got. Actually, let me mention that really quick too. Project Atlas is all about spirituality. It's about wellness. So there's 3 pillars of wellness. So you have body, mind, and spirit. How do I know this? Well, I went to ECC, Elgin Community College, for the massage therapy program there. And I graduated with, it was like a 3.82. So, yeah, I busted my ass big time. And it probably saved my life, because I wouldn't really have known how to do any of these things, or even that they were existed, or that they were legit, had I not gone to that program and worked really hard at it too. So anyway, more videos I'm going to be posting about like exercise routines and stuff like that, which is kind of secondary as far as Project Atlas is concerned. It's more about the diet, spirituality. I do a lot of stretching and things like that, but it's, the exercise is great, but I realize a lot of people have children, they just don't have time. But if you're not gonna do weight training, I would recommend doing cardio, moderately high intensity, for at least 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week if you can. If you can do 3 times a week, if you can do 2 times a week. If you have to do, push-ups and sit-ups in your room, in the morning or before you go to bed, that's a lot better than doing nothing. So, physique can be kind of like a roller coaster ride sometimes, depending on your life's circumstances, whether or not you can afford, clean protein, things like that. So, it can be, it can kind of go up and down. It can change. You can put on some weight and you can lean down and stuff like that. But I've noticed that, I can fluctuate like 10 pounds pretty quickly. It doesn't seem to really affect my strength too much. My cardio has seemed to increase. My flexibility has seemed to increase. My speed has increased since I've lost, 10 pounds in maybe the last 2 weeks. So, anyway, enough talking. I'm going to end this video, but hit me up if you have any questions. If you want to try something like this, it's really worth it. So, alright, take care. So, before I end this video, I actually forgot to show the reference books. These are for cannabis. Well, this one's for cannabis. The Practical Guide to Medical Marijuana. Michael Box. Forward by Andrew Wheel. So yeah, he's a doctor. This is legit. It's one of the best books that you can find. It's got all sorts of information on here, but let me go to the front. So there's information here on cannabis as a medicine, adverse effects, the endocannabinoid system. It's very, very important. Terpenes are important. Dosing, CBD, there's different strains, AK-47, Blue Dream, Candyland, bam, it's all in here. I mean, acne, Alzheimer's, asthma, arthritis, autoimmune immune disorders, osteoporosis, preventive medicine, AIDS, HIV. I mean, there's cancer up in here too. Like, cancer is a huge problem right now. But anyway, it's a really thick book. It's over 300 pages. This one, I actually found this one to be more helpful. Hugh Bleshing, one of my personal heroes, he's got the Cannabis Health Index, CHI. So what he does is he compiled a bunch of studies, case studies, scientific evidence, data, and he gave it a rating. It's like a 1 to 4 rating for each study, to show you how legit the study was. But one of my favorite things is in here. It says that, smoking cannabis does not cause lung cancer. And whoever tells you that is a liar. They're lying to you. So I prefer not to, to smoke cannabis. I have asthma, so, whatever I consume is edibles, CBD, RSO, Rick Simpson oil from the dispensary. Stay away from those bootleg, vape pens. Those things are causing a lot of problems right now. The cartridges are coming from Canada, or not from Canada, from China. And they have heavy metals, lead, arsenic. And then the people that are cultivating the marijuana are using fungicides, herbicides, pesticides. And, you're getting a concentrated dose of that when you're vaping. And it's going straight into your lungs, straight into your body. And there's been hundreds of people over the last couple of weeks hospitalized, mostly in California. And some of them have they've even been put on ventilators because of the lung condition caused by vaping these counterfeit vape pens. So they will get you high, but that high is going to come at a big price. So anyway, this book covers all types of herbs. As you can see, it's not just cannabis. And this book probably saved my life. When I began Project Atlas, I was having extreme, stomach problems. I was having acid reflux, and I made a combination of, using this as a guide, a combination of a combination of ginger. So it was like a ginger tea with organic raw honey or manuka honey. You can use either, and also lemon, like a little bit of lemon juice, and that took care of that acid reflux and the nausea within like 45 minutes. And I continued to do that for a while until it went away. But okay, so anyway, I'm gonna end this video. Take care. Hit me up if you have any questions. All right, take care. Bye.